HPmu buka sini dong. Duh, kena azan loh. Tunggu dulu nanti baru dinyalain lagi.
I'm Gabby. I want to give you a look. I'm gonna stand this video.
Oh, Pak, wis wapi tak rekomen pokoknya. Lah nek iki apa, Cak? Oh, Mozart. Oh, wong pinter wis pokoknya paling apik. Lah nek iki ya apa? Wow, Debussy. Oh, aku seneng Debussy. Kadang sing iso tak pikirno iku mek Debussy tok. Oh, dilo antara pianis iku. Cocok wis pokoknya.
Dadi kon seneng karyane ya?
Yo lah, pokoknya Debussy pas cilik iku wis apik pokoknya.
Ya aku coba sing iki.
Oh, ya wis pokoknya tak kandhani. Parekno nang taksi aja nang Debussy sik. Oh, iku keretane. Lulu.
It's just a burning memory. It's just a burning memory. Kenangan terlupakan dan terbakar. Inilah ingatan yang membara. Entitas jahat yang sejarahnya tidak diketahui. Tidak ada yang tahu kapan ia datang. Tidak ada yang tahu kapan ia pergi. Ia hanya muncul dan seluruh kota sudah terbakar. Konon ia muncul ketika ada banyak orang dan kemudian melahap jiwa mereka. Dan tubuh para korbannya, ia membakarnya, meninggalkannya sebagai abu. Ia muncul ketika lapar, tetapi meskipun tampaknya tidak memiliki emosi, aktivitas favoritnya tampaknya adalah menghancurkan kota, bahkan negara. Ia hanya muncul di negara manapun yang dipilihnya. Ia tidak memiliki batasan, menurut penelitian para ilmuwan. Setiap kali entitas ini muncul, semua orang mencari tempat untuk bersembunyi. Tetapi ia dapat menghancurkan bangunan dan tetap melahap jiwa para korbannya. Ini menakutkan! A Reddit user named Louis Green receives a message out of the blue from a user called OldRoot. The text reads, "This is the beginning. Those who are pure will see what hides in the darkness." Attached to the message was an image or link. Here's that image. It's extremely dark, and it's hard to tell what's going on. However, by brightening the image, we can see that it's a screenshot from Minecraft. a lone character stands in a forest, watching us from afar. But if we look closer at the image, we see that there's something else, a link. Upon following the link, we discover a very strange sound file called It Has Begun. Take a listen. It's bizarre, otherworldly, even disturbing. There's no obvious meaning to this, yet this audio file holds a secret. There's a tool called a spectrogram that allows us to view the frequencies of an audio file visually. The spectrogram is the key to solving It Has Begun. By putting the file into a spectrogram, we see text embedded within. Silent Raven. If we explore the sound cloud some more, we discover a second audio file called Old Root. Take a listen. Once again, this sound is distinctly unnatural. The spectrogram shows us a link to another image. This time, it's a Minecraft figure in a foggy void with the words, "The Raven is watching." A Reddit user named Toxic Popcorn sent a message to Old Root asking for more information. He responded with a link to another image. This one is incredibly dark, but by adjusting the color levels, we again see that same mysterious Minecraft figure. Further investigation of the image revealed text hidden in the static. Although it's hard to read, Redditors determined that the text says oldrootblog.tumblr.com. It's another link. The investigators followed the link and found a password-protected page. Upon entering the code Silent Raven, the blog linked to a new image. A Reddit user named shadowy figure in an underground tunnel. By brightening the image, we see the words, "We are the answer," directly above the figure's head. But this image held another secret. Next to the figure, there are some pixels that are suspiciously miscolored in some type of pattern, Morse code. By putting the dashes and dots into a translator, it reads, "Titimld." What could this mean? Was it some sort of code? Well, it turned out that the Morse code was embedded in the negative space. By reading the right area, the code translated to Old Root. Users quickly discovered that other images also had the same Morse code. This was clearly some type of signature or calling card of Old Root. Soon thereafter, Lewis Green received another message from Old Root. The message read, "Quote the Raven, nevermore." Attached was another image, again of that same mysterious figure. Brightening the image revealed a few more interesting characteristics. First, the Morse code signature. Above the head was a seemingly jumbled mess of letters. It was determined that this was a Caesar cipher. A Caesar cipher is pretty easy to understand. Simply take two rows of the alphabet and shift one of them over, looping around to the other side. To encrypt the message, use a letter from the top row and write down the corresponding letter from the bottom row. Decoding is done in reverse. Take an encrypted letter, find its place in the bottom row, and write the decoded plaintext. The key to the Caesar cipher is knowing the shift. How far was the second alphabet shifted relative to the first? The mysterious text appeared as though it could be a Caesar cipher, but how could it be decoded? Well, the nice thing about the English language is that there are only 26 letters, which means that the Caesar cipher only has 26 possible shifts. It was trivial to try all 26, and in doing so, the text was decoded. The text was now, "We are waiting." But that wasn't all to this image. There was also some jumbled letters and numbers at the character's feet, which were identified as belonging to an image or linked to another picture. When this picture was brightened, it showed the word Raven with text behind it. Users quickly realized that this was a reference to The Raven, a famous poem published in 1845 by Edgar Allan Poe, and the text in the image was text from that poem. Well, almost. There were some things that were strange about it. Typos, incorrect words, the image did not align with the poem as expected. Looking at these changes together revealed the following words. The hidden truth is. The hidden truth is what? Nobody really knew. But it was becoming clear that there was a rich mystery. It was going somewhere, but where? What was the purpose of all this? And then the trail went cold, as investigations into a potential Minecraft server called Nightmarecraft proved to be fruitless. So the team waited, hoping for more information to come forward. They didn't have to wait long. A new image was posted later that day. Yet the Minecraft figure was mysteriously absent, instead replaced by very blurred text. It was found that these were 8-bit numbers. This aligned pretty conveniently with the ASCII standard,
which is one of the ways that computers store characters. Each 8-bit sequence corresponded to a single character. So it was simple. Just write down the numbers, put them in an ASCII decoder, and find the next clue. The issue was that some of the numbers were so blurred as to be almost totally unrecognizable. Yet a pattern was beginning to emerge. All of the images so far had been hosted on Imager. And Imager images always have a 7-character code in the link, which identifies the image. So despite the extreme blurriness, it was clear that there were 7 rows, which meant 7 characters, perfect for another Imager link. A user named Crate Muncher wrote a script to brute force the unknown digits, checking to see if each possibility was valid, and finally they found it, the link to a new image. This picture has the same shadowy figure, although this time with some characters on the side. Once again, there were 7 groups, so there had to be some way to convert it into an Imager link. But these weren't binary numbers, so could it still be ASCII? How could they even be numbers? They had letters too. The answer to this is a bit technical, but bear with me. Different numbering systems have a special property called a base. This represents how many unique digits there are. For example, we're used to base 10, or decimal numbering system. That means that there are 10 different possible symbols we can use. But other bases also exist. One example we just saw is base 2, or binary. In this system, there are only 2 symbols we can use, 0 and 1. Both bases have the same numbers. This number is equal to 13, whether we write it in decimal or binary. The value is the same, it's just a different way to notate it. There are more than just these 2 numbering systems. In fact, you can go as high as you want, so long as you can find enough symbols. The third most common is base 16, or hexadecimal. In this version, we need more symbols than just 10, so we start using letters as well. Again, it's just as expressive as the other 2, it just looks different. In this case, the number 13 would be written D. It turned out that the characters on this image were actually hexadecimal numbers, and could be converted to ASCII. Doing so led to another Imager link. This image shows the same figure and some sort of underground passageway. Brightening the image gives us a better view. On the right side there's text which says, "We are the answer." On the left, Morse code, which translates to Decepti, most likely meaning deception. For the leftists, they didn't have to wait long. A new
It's sometimes. When Emoji Cat World disappeared, when Emoji Cat World suddenly blinked out of existence, Brazilian fans started cheering in celebration to finally see the cringe Emoji Cat's goodbye. And when the last emojis tried to stick around, it's sometimes. When Emoji
Never mind.